Okay, great. Awesome. Well, happy election day, everybody. I hope that we all got out there and voted today. And we want to go ahead and get this rolling. Michelle Scharff is our speaker tonight, and I proudly get to say that she is on my team. She is one of the most self-motivated people that I know, and she's also one of the best leaders. She is growing an absolutely amazing team, and she's leading them and coaching them and training them all along the way, and she is just absolutely amazing. I am blown away by her, and she's somebody that sets big goals and she achieves them, and then she sets more big goals, and she's very consistent. She is the epitome of consistency, and I want to be just like her when I grow up. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and introduce to you Gold Ambassador Michelle Scharff.
Hey guys. Well, I am so excited. Abby Jo had reached out to me. I got the text early this morning, and so I'm so excited to kind of share with you guys my journey. I never thought that I would be here sharing this journey with you, but I am so excited. And Abby Jo, thank you so much for having me on this call. So I will start with kind of the beginning of my journey. I started taking the Plexus products in August of 2015. I had no intent to ever share any of the business side at all. And I actually got involved in a Jumpstart challenge in January. And during this challenge, we got paired up with other cross lines. And so I got paired up with Kim Hanna. And I joined this Jumpstart challenge just because I thought, well, if I could get my products paid for, then that would be okay. I don't really like paying for my products. And I knew that my husband and I were going to be buying a house in the near future. And so I really didn't want to be buying my products during that time. So I got paired up with Kim Hanna, and Kim Hanna asked me, she goes, do you have any ambassadors on your team? And I said, no. And she goes, have you shared with anyone? And I said, no. She goes, so no one has any idea that you're taking Plexus. And I said, no, not really. I mean, some of my close friends. And so she challenged me to post on Facebook. And I said, absolutely not. I don't mind sharing, but I will not post on Facebook. And with much encouragement, she said, this changed everything for my business. And she goes, what I would recommend doing is posting a testimonial, a video, versus doing like a personal post with a picture. And I said, oh my gosh, I don't even want to post on Facebook, but now you're having me, do a testimonial video. And the thought just turned my stomach. And that same day, I actually made my video, and I didn't post it for 2 weeks. 2 weeks it took me to post this video, and I actually thought no one would like it. And I was messaging my close friends saying, hey, I'm going to post my testimonial video, just go and like it. One thing that Kim Hanna had told me is, your testimony is so powerful. And if this could change one person's life, then why wouldn't you share it? So that's what really made me go out there and post this video. Needless to say, the outpour from my friends, family, people I hadn't talked to in years, poured in, and I had people messaging me saying, thank you so much for sharing. I, needed this today. I had no idea you were dealing with this. And after that, everything changed for my business. And I made it very clear to Kim Hanna that I would just do this one post and just be done. And so there was another challenge a couple days later that was a picture of these bullet points of what Plexus has done for us. I thought, oh no, not another one. But what I found was, doing these posts, especially making them personal, my business started booming. That first month, I not only got my products paid for, but I had money to put in savings. So I thought, there's something behind this posting. So I honestly just had to get over myself and what people thought, because I'm a nurse by trade, and I thought, if I could change one person's life, I just went back to this. And my biggest fear when I started sharing was, oh my gosh, I have had so many people buy these products from me. What if they want to return these products? What if they just don't have great results like I did? Needless to say, I've been sharing since January consistently. I have yet to have one person say, Michelle, I don't like the products, I want my money back. And so that's just initially where me starting to share the products really started. And so that changed everything. So I'm very big on consistently posting, and I reached out to some of my cross lines starting my plexus journey. And one of my cross lines let me know about buffer.com. She said you can set up all of your posts throughout the week, because I was honestly personally stressed. I work 3 12s. And so when I work my 12s, my days are completely shot. And so honestly, on a Sunday, I go into buffer.com and I schedule my posts throughout the day. And so in the morning, I focus a lot of my posts for energy, because, on a Monday morning, a lot of us, we are exhausted, going through to our 9 to 5 jobs or nursing jobs, whatever we do. And then 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I try to gear my posts towards the stay-at-home moms. And then the evening, it's kind of like a little bit of whatever that I post. And so that's kind of where I gear my posting to. And I'm very big on my personal posts. And so another thing I really encourage that helped me a lot is listening. You can build your business through social media, but it's so much more than that. So I noticed when I was at work, I would be sitting there and there'd be a nurse next to me saying, oh my gosh, I'm so exhausted. And so I looked at her, kicked the door wide open. I said, have you heard of Edge? And she goes, I don't know what you're talking about. So then, that presented the opportunity for me to share Plexus, Edge, and next thing I know, I'm selling her a bottle out of my purse. And so I've just really listened to people, my family, my friends. We have products that people need. And so many times we're hearing people not sleeping well. People are exhausted. People are having that constant worry. People having GI issues. And we have products that can change their lives. So why wouldn't we share? So listen, that is another big key to sharing these wonderful products. And also being a product of the product. Guys, I can honestly say, since I started taking the products in August, I have consistently taken them every single day. And the only time I went a weekend without my pink drink was when we had the shipping issues. And I had people coming up to me asking me if I was okay, because I was a little bit irritable. So that's when I knew the pink drink was doing wonders for me. Another thing that I honestly recommend is going to meetings and convention. Do whatever you can to make it happen, because I went to a convention and it changed everything for me. I linked arms with one of my uplines, and we have been accountability partners. And so we bounce ideas off one another. We started doing opportunity meetings in just like small towns in Kansas. We want to start going all over, just presenting, the business, these products, and, just sharing our passion, what we love about them. And so after convention, it changed everything, because what convention and what meetings do is it builds that belief. It builds your belief in the company, the products, and I think that's huge when starting out. It builds that momentum. And so after that, I've just really been big on that. And another person that we connected with at convention said, if you haven't already, get a team page started. At this time, I think at the time of convention, I had approximately 10 people on my team, and I was the silver ambassador. And so we created this team page, me and Rachel Jennings, and our team page is really when everything took off for my business. I'm very big on posting, just like if I post about the products and everything on my Facebook wall, I'm just the same on my team page. I pour into my team, I build them up, and I go over just some of my own bumps in the road of starting out, some of my own fears about posting. And so I really touch on this and just building that culture and building your team up. and just really setting the example. When they see me adding team members, that's going to make them want to add team members. We offer incentives. We do recognition. I'm just very big on recognizing all the great things. If it's their first post, if they sign their first ambassador, they need to be recognized for this. And so that's also been huge. So if you have a few people on your team, you are a leader, and get your team page going and just pour into that team page. And welcome calls, Abby, Joe, and I have been jumping on welcome calls with my level ones. And that has also been huge. It's all about duplication. So when we get a welcome call with an ambassador, it can be a person that wants the business or that just strictly wants to be a wholesale customer. It's great to get them connected to resources, to introduce them to your upline, and also to go over, what to expect when starting these products, and then just saying, what made you decide to sign as an ambassador, and going over goals that they have when starting the products, or maybe they want to do the business, and then creating that action plan, really touching base with what is their why. And so I'm very big on that as well. The welcome calls have been huge, and it's all about duplication, encouraging them to do the same with people that they are signing. And then this also gives people a chance to really hear the verbiage that, maybe Abby Joe's using or I'm using. And, so the welcome calls have been huge, and that's something that I just recently started. And following up, I actually have a tickler system that I use. So anybody that I'm following up with, I, will just write down the date that I followed up with them and the conversation that we had, if they're on products, what products they're using. And I just pretty much have it dated 1 through 31, depending on the month. And then I can just move it to a different date. And so depending on the day, I go back to, that card and look at the conversation we had, and I follow back up with them. If they're just starting out on products, I follow up with them once a week that first month, and then once every 2 weeks the second month. Now, if they are having a lot of die-off symptoms, I will follow up with them more frequently, but I'm very big on following up with any of your level ones, customers, etc. And then another thing is treat your business as a business. And that's just about making your customers, making sure that they're happy. And I, when I hit gold, I actually sent thank you cards to everyone that made that possible, just saying how much I appreciate them. And, just pouring into your team has been huge. And another thing that Abby Joe introduced me to, and people look at me like I have 10 heads, is affirmations. The month I hit gold, I started doing my affirmations every single day on my way to work in my car. I would put my music on mute, and I would say my affirmations to myself, because it really builds that belief. And I did that every single day, and I continue to do it every single day. So if you're not doing affirmations now, start doing them tomorrow, because it will change everything for your business. And that's when I really saw my team start to take off, and I really saw just everyone that I was adding. It changed everything for me. And it built that belief for myself that I am a great leader. And I commute. I don't know if any of you guys out there commute, but I commute 30 minutes to the hospital, 30 minutes home. So that's an hour that I could actually be listening to books. I have listened to a lot of audiobooks. By the time I get home, it's 8, and I don't have time to do readings. And so I downloaded the Audible app through Amazon, and they give you 1 credit per month. And so I just hit play every morning and listen to my book on my way to Kansas City. And that just kind of makes me, work on my network marketing business, and then also the self-development. And if you guys, and I'm sure depending on where you are in your business, have created your why. My why constantly changes. I reflect on this often. I reflect on my why actually monthly, and it changed from getting my products paid for to something huge, to when I become a diamond ambassador. And goal setting and reflecting. I make my goals every single month. The first of the month I sit down and I go over my goals. I reflect on those weekly, and I create an action plan. So get your accountability partner, or we have these monthly meetings with Abby Joe, where we go over our goals and creating that action plan. So goal setting has been huge for me, and just make sure you're reflecting on that. So these have been my biggest points that have really changed everything for my business, starting from the beginning to the end. And another thing that we started doing is we started meeting with another team. They're not even on our same team, they're cross lines to us. And we started meeting with them monthly in Fort Scott. And at these meetings, we just kind of bounce ideas off one another, and building that belief and going over, oh my gosh, this is what's going on right now, and it's all positive. And there have been great takeaways from these meetings and great ideas, because how one team's doing something might be completely different than what we've been doing. And so again, it's just building that belief and getting together and just sharing our passion. So that's another thing that's new. We're doing our third meeting this Thursday. So those are kind of my takeaways, Abby Joe, that I have.
That is so awesome. Thank you, Michelle. So I just kind of want to go over a little bit of what she said, kind of reiterate some of the points. If you can't tell, Michelle is very consistent in what she does, and it is there's no question on why she's successful and why she's absolutely going to the top. I want you to recognize that when she was talking about our goals, she said, when I become a diamond. There's no if, there's no question in her mind, she will be diamond. And there's no question in my mind too. So I just want to make sure that you're aware of that. And if that is not your verbiage of when I hit my goal, when I do this, then I would suggest that you change your verbiage and start using those words instead of if. Make it happen. So whenever Michelle her turning point was the Jumpstart Challenge. So if you're somebody that needs encouragement, get in. I know that Freedom Pit Group is doing a Silver and 7, and I really encourage you to get onto that. There's always great things that you can be doing. She went to buffer.com. That is where she schedules her posts. It's buffer.com. And Michelle, could you quickly go over your follow-up process one more time, just because I want everybody, following up is absolutely probably one of the most important. I mean, it probably is the most important. If not, it's up there in the top 2. And so anyway, Michelle, if you want to go ahead, and would you go over that one more time?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've always been, when I initially started building my business, following up was fairly easy because I just had a few people that I was following up with. But when my business really started booming, I thought, oh my gosh, I have got to get a system in place. So I just use just cards. I write on just little, what are they called? Just the cards for my tickler system. It's just in a box.
Note cards.
And I just write down, so I have a new customer on board, or I'm following up, depending on, because I actually have 2 different follow-up systems. But I will write down their name on one side, and then on the back, I'll put the date that I followed up with them or reached out to them, depending on, and I'll put, was it plexus related? Was it not plexus related? And then I'll move it to a different date in my tickler system. Now, if they become like customers, I try to put it on a completely different, in my folder. So I'm tracking if they have any health issues, what their health goals are, the day that I'm following up with them, when their next auto ship is, if they're a preferred customer, or even ambassadors, with their auto ship on, when they're just starting. I think it's really important that they know, hey, this is when your auto ship is scheduled. And so I just follow up with them like that. But I just pull from my folder. I just will go through, and it's kind of like when I reflect on my goals every week, Abby Joe, I will go in my back office and I will look up and see whose auto ship is going to be going out this week. And I will jot that down depending on how big, your business is. I mean, with me, it's still doable. I can go in my back office and I can jot down these names and everything. Same with my ambassadors and follow up with them that way. But my tickler system, honestly, for people that I'm reaching out to, is where I will, go back to my tickler system. But in my folder, will just flip through. and just kind of see who I've reached out to or conversation. And I'll make a note, like my weekly goals, who I need to reach out to that week. So it changes every time, and it's something that I'm trying to perfect. And the tickler system works great for people that you're following up with, and depending on what they've said. And then my folder goes for, I have a certain area in my folder that's just my ambassadors. And then if I have, some of my level ones that are starting to build their team, I'll put like Andrea's team or Sydney's team. And, and I'm just very big on educating them on doing the same with the follow-up, because the follow-up has been the biggest thing for me. And so same with my customers, if they're retail, if they're preferred, I have them individually tabbed in my folder.
That's awesome.
So that's what I've done for that.
Yeah, that's great. And I don't know that there's any perfect follow-up system, but the fact that you're following up in general is absolutely amazing. And I know for a fact that yours is really awesome. So a couple other things that she said, welcome calls for new ambassadors. That has been huge for us because it gets them to know their upline a little bit. It feels like someone else cares about them. They get to set goals. They get to establish their why. Knowing your why is super important. And notice that Michelle said that she will reflects on that weekly, if not daily. And just being consistent, overall consistent. She gets together with like-minded people, with the groups like her, Rachel and I get together monthly and we go over our goals. And then her and Rachel started grouping with the other sidelines. That is just getting together and with like-minded people that have said the same goals. They're going to pursue Plexus. And whenever you get together physically with other people that are pursuing this business, it's huge, and it just creates momentum in it, and it creates passion inside of you that you can't get that otherwise. So she listens to a lot of books in her car, and I am a huge proponent of affirmation and books. And if you're looking for something right now, you don't really exactly know what to do, I'm going to plug this book real quick. It's called The Miracle Morning for Network Marketers by Hal Elrod and Pat Petrini. And this is what it looks like. If you need to, and make sure there's a couple different ones. There's the Miracle Morning for like real estate agents, and then there's just a Miracle Morning. But this one is the Miracle Morning for network marketers. I got this, I got this one for my aunt, but I know it's on Amazon because I found it. And it is an absolutely amazing book. So if you need somewhere to go, right there's where you go. A couple different things that I want to point out for you that I've written down, just some announcements. Super Saturday. If you are not registered for Super Saturday, I would highly, highly suggest that you get on and do that. I know there are some places that are booked. I know they're opening up some more, finding different venues to be able to seat some more people. So as soon as we know more information, we will let you know. Sometimes we don't know before so anyway, if you can, even if the place that's near you is full, then go somewhere else. And I can't stress how, like I was saying, getting together with like-minded people, Super Saturday is the place for that. You meet so many awesome people. You get to hang out with your friends and your Plexus people, and it's just amazing. So on your back office, there is now swag back in the back office, so you can get shirts, you can get accessories, there's backpacks, the bottle thing, the tumbler. If you go scroll all the way bottom, whenever you sign into your back office, scroll to the bottom and hit My Plexus Print, the same place that you get your business cards and brochures and all of that. The swag is now in there, and as soon as you hit My Plexus Print, you'll see it right there, and it'll say Shop Swag. The next thing is the November Plan for Success. If this is not one of your goals to get that planner, then I would highly encourage you to make that a goal. Hang on, sorry, there's a question. They can get on. You don't have to. The question was, can we buy extra tickets for Super Saturday for new ambassadors that haven't joined yet? You will want to have a name and an email address. They will want to have a name and an email address to buy those tickets. So I'm not going to answer that question. I know that you have to have a name and email address. I will get with Tammy, and we will post in the Freedom group correct answer to that because I want to check with her before I say anything. But back to the plan for success. Sorry, Brenda. We will post in there and I will answer your question. So plan for success. You don't have to be an ambassador. Sorry, you don't have to be an ambassador to go to Super Saturday. You can be a customer or neither. There, you pick one of the three. So, plan for success. It's you have to give 3 either customers, new customers, preferred or retail with 50 PV or above, or new ambassadors with welcome packs. And this is great because you can have any combination of the 3. You can have 2 new ambassadors with welcome packs, one new customer with over 50 PV. Super, super achievable. And those planners are amazing from what I've heard. And I've heard that multiple times. So please have that as your goal because those are going to be super beneficial in 2017. And don't stop there. Don't just limit yourself to 3 new ambassadors and new customers. Push yourself and keep going. And, see if you can get 6 and just keep on going after that. There is a new blog up called Sunny and Share, Share. That's cute. It's about new blog on health and happiness. So whenever you log onto your back office, if you scroll to the bottom, it's on the right and you'll see Sunny and Share and there's a blog there. There's different categories of goals, recipes, health hacks, things like that. Success on demand. This is something that we've had access to for a little bit now, but if you haven't gone on there, I would highly encourage you to do that as well. It's also on your back office. If you log into your back office, hover over training and then click Success on Demand. There are videos, there are book covers, like summaries. The theme right now is happiness, and so there are some videos on happiness. There's some blogs. There are also, you can browse, and there's different categories there too, like financial, goal setting, quotes, leadership, inspirational, stuff like that. So it's a great way to go. It's a great place to go. Plexus, I cannot tell you how awesome it is that Plexus is doing these things for us, because if we were to get this Success on Demand by ourselves, I don't think it would be super cheap. So we really need to take advantage of that. And also the tools, when you log into your back office, under tools, there, your multimedia library, just a regular library, and shareables. These 3 are all awesome. If you have a question, a lot of them can be answered under the library. There's compensation plan, price sheets, November incentive. If you have questions about the plan for success, all of that is there. Club 300, Club 500, all of the information is there. And the shareables, this is huge. Everything that is in there we can say it. So if it's in the shareables, if it's in the information about that, it's compliant. We can share those pictures. We can save and share those pictures. So that is huge. We do have material that we can actually share with other people. So that's great. And there are videos in the multimedia library and things like that. So it is 8:30 now. So I'm going to go ahead. Thank you so much, Michelle, for sharing tonight. You are absolutely amazing. And I just love you. And I'm so honored to have you here. And we are so honored to be able to listen to you tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and pray over all of us. So if you would like to stay on for that, then that is great. So, God, I just thank you for these awesome people. I thank you so much for Plexus, for putting it into each and every one of our lives just at the right time. I just speak a holy boldness over each and every one of us, that we would go out and we would share these products to people that need it. I just weigh it on each of our hearts that there are people that are going to sleep with tears in their eyes at night, needing the products, needing the opportunity that Plexus offers. And I just bring those people to us, God. Bring those people to each and every one of us ambassadors. And I just pray that we would not be too scared to share. So I just speak a boldness over each and every one of us. God, I just lift our country up to you right now. And I just speak a peace over our country, that there is no fear, there is no question over who is the head of our country. And God, we know that it's you. So I just cast out all fear, and I just speak a peace over every single one of us and over our entire country. And I just pray for our leaders. And I just speak relationships with you, with each and every one of our leaders. God, just give them divine interventions with you. So I just speak that overwhelming peace over each and every one of us again. And I just pray booming businesses for each and every one of us. And I thank you for the amazing friendships that have transpired and that will continue to transpire because of this awesome company. And thank you so much. In Jesus' name, amen. Whew, I got a little emotional there. Hang on. Let me stop this recording.